Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 15 of RimWorld Survival. Goals? Haven't really worked towards them. No, I'm actually working towards them, let's be honest, but I am not quite there yet. But we left off last episode trying to rescue Tony's father. So Tony is sitting safe and sound and almost radiation free. Whoa! And Agro and Stormy are here to rescue Cefalu. Unfortunately for me, he seems to be a pirate. So that's actually going to make it a hell of a lot harder to actually rescue him. Like, total pain in the butt, because I can't just patch him up. He will need to be captured, and I don't have the resources here to capture him unless I break down walls. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, so immediately what we're going to do is start to mine into the mountain here, because if we don't, we get irradiated. And Stormy is going to start to take some shots. Cefalu here is almost certainly going to die to radiation. I just don't know if there's an alternative. Actually, what I'm going to do is have Stormy leave the map and re-enter the map, coming at a different angle. And Stormy, you are going to start mining up here. Man, this is not good. Stormy, you are going to be allowed to mine, and then mining up here. Agro, because you're about to get jumped by the dromedaries, I am going to cheese this, because what else can I do but cheese? We're going to use time warp and warp around the map like this. Cool. Alright, so here is some steel that I can make use of in order to subdue Cefalu, but time is... No, Stormy, you're not falling asleep right now. Jesus Christ. You are going to... Okay, assign to construction as well. You're going to break down these walls to create a door for Cefalu's prison. Oh, this is really dumb. Why are you a damn pirate? I guess I really should have looked more closely, but hey. This is the, oh great, and now there is dump. Alright, I also, let's take a look. Initial and initial. So I'm doing okay, but I really need to, I need to build up some resistance here. Cool. Finally. Ooh, into a spine, too. Slow it down. Good, good, good. Agro starts firing. We'll get the meals eventually. Let's bleed them out. Boys, bleed them out. Alright, let's go for the healthier one. My radiation is building up. I am not unaware of that. Actually, if I could wild goose chase you a little bit, draw you away from aggro. Cool. And re-enter. Alright, these things are going to die, but aggros need to get a little bit more irradiated to do it. This rescue is not worth it. Before I continue, you guys being productive? I sure hope so. Okay, 1 drum down. 2 drum down. Alright. Reform. Nope. Yeah, like I thought, we actually have to capture him properly. So, Agro, get back into that cave. And start mining about. Stormy, you need to start to deconstruct walls. I'm at 21%. that's actually enough digging. Because all we really need is a sleeping spot and a door. Oh, too close to the map edge. Cripey. Alright, so what I'm going to do instead is have it be a open top prison really quick. So here we go. Remove floor. Done and done. And we are going to need the steel to create a door here. This is just on the edge. No, Stormy, you ain't sleeping. Oh, Christ. Remove, and remove. Stormy, you are going to run towards Cefalu. Aggro, you are going to make a steel door right here. Alright, now this is a proper prison, so we can offer help. Oh, okay, all we need to do is offer help. Reform, items, whatever. We can't carry a dromedary and I don't have time to butcher and head home. Done. Alright, so no critical irradiation. He actually came with his own parka, so he's going to be nice and warm. And we are good. Tony should be very happy. Rescue Cefalu, got married, so for the next 25 days, nothing should bother Tony at all. Tony should be ecstatic. Now that I have a moment to myself, this allows me to go over some tips. So first tip from Rithi, Talon, and Brian. Ooh, I'm butchering names. Dig the rest of the tunnel. That's easy enough. Yep. We'll go ahead and do that. And that has them avoid the research room if they can help it. And that would be nice. Alias Sabbath mentioned that, and others mentioned that this statue or this construction project here is going to provide cover for the enemies. That's a very good point. Eventually, that won't really matter because I'm going to have a wall here, but maybe I'll remove that sometime soon. I have to sort of brainstorm if it's plausible, given my radiation count. Angelia mentioned that I could start to beautify my little tea house. I do have a statue there, but she said plant flowers there. It's too cold for flowers. But yeah, I'll keep beautifying it with statues. Federico mentioned that I could put a grand or large statue there, so that's a good way to beautify it. And then Acid mentioned to drop the jackets when I make them. So any worker, drop. And then what we'll do is we'll have a stockpile here of really low apparel so that they count. The jackets count towards the total that I need. And low so that they haul it into the proper stockpile. Cool. So Cefalu here should be, yep, all patched up. Minor radiation. Everyone's got around minor radiation. We dealt with those camels pretty quickly. I'm kind of proud of that. The next thing I really need to do is to work towards the Ancient Danger. The trouble is, James is one of my miners, and he's got miner buildup. And Tony can maybe mine, but it sucks at it. Tony's going to be best used to maybe make some granite blocks. Use up some of her lifeblood. That's sort of the way I picture this series. So the reason why I have the series the way I have it, being that it is underground, is I'm sort of trying to mimic the Fallout series, where no one lived overground in Fallout during the Fallout time. That it was too irradiated and too dangerous to even think about going outside. So that these guys were ejected from a Fallout shelter for whatever reason, Jane's, Aggro, and Stormy, and that is where this picks up. Alright, so I'm going to put a marble door here so that we can keep it better insulated, because heat is an issue. And then Jane's here. Before I even bother doing some of the mining, I really need to start to double wall other stuff. So what I'm going to do, I have so much marble, is I'm going to put a door here, close this door, and then I can mine this out and wall it out from the comfort of inside. Yes, why not? Let's smooth the rest of this floor out and add it to the home zone. In fact, add all of our constructed walls, or will be constructed walls, to the home zone. Now, this little corridor trick is not going to work for the farm, because the farm is too close to everything else. But what I will do is eventually put this power cable into... I should have put the door there. But I have so much marble, I don't even care. Put the power cable into the wall that's being constructed. Alright, Janes. You are now doing more construction. This could be a permanent door here, just to leave open, but semi-insulate. An open door doesn't leak as much air as, obviously, just it straight up being open. So that's the sort of idea there. And like I said, we'll go ahead and put the power cables into the wall. All right, Tony, you no longer have any build-up here. So I am going to caravan trick you into grabbing some chunks. And I'm going to leave her into the caravan a bit so that we can grab 2 chunks at a time rather than 1. Doubling up the return on travel. Alright, maybe I'll just have her haul this one. And then there's some granite chunks over here that need some moving. And this is so that I can complete the walls, and I'm just spending some of her radiation build up to work towards that wall project. Janes is smoothing out the rest of that. Cool. Let's go ahead and mine this out and replace it with walls quickly. Alright, so what I need to do is, James is going to, I'll just unrestrict him. That'll be a little easier. We are going to temporarily haul that just inches away so that we can do this. Okay, perfect. Tony is, yep. And we'll have her make one more trip. So load into caravan and haul this chunk, and then she'll be done. I don't know what kind of buildup she ended up getting, but I think she should be okay. Looking at my power grid here, let's go ahead and destroy all this unnecessary stuff. And our guys walking back are just a day and a half away. They have 2.5 days of food, so they ought to be just fine. Cool. Making sure to know it's cold. Alright, Ms. Tony, how irradiated did you get? Up to, okay. You are now going to be no radiation restricted. Cabling looks a little bit nicer. Working on your art. Cool. Tony, you are now removed from caravan. And good. And we have a lot of granite to cut into. All right. I don't know if more small statues are really going to make a big difference in making the... It's making very little difference in how nice the dining room is. We'll still work towards it, but it's going to require a little bit more oomph, if you know what I mean. Janes, how irradiated are you now? Still minor. Still upper 20s. These guys, because they're caravanning, they're going to have lower radiation. Their radiation should be coming down a bit. 31% and 26%. Yeah, everyone's a little irradiated. Tony, did you just harvest all of those heal root for nothing? I think all 4 of those, or 3 of 4, got harvested for 0. Not cool. Wow, we are minimum power here. No solar, barely any wind. Could you guys be any more cruel? We still have the infinite chem reactor reward again, which is crazy to me that they would offer 2, but that just means that I really need to be chemming it up, as far as I'm concerned. That sounds good to me. Here we could give a little daylily zone. We don't have enough power to grow Devil Strand yet, because it would require another grow light. So we'll just go with... Okay, Cefalu now can walk. Cool. Severe pain and all, but at least you can walk. Cefalu is actually has the least radiation buildup out of all of them. Which, I guess, because we arrived with some radiation buildup. Now, he wasn't really building up any radiation laying there until I showed up. Because he didn't really exist until I showed up. He was more of an idea. That was a lot of weird stockpiling. She is obviously needs work tasks. She is hauling around. So what I'm going to do is add her to allow her to craft. Oh, she can craft. I don't know why she was not stone cutting. I think because her haul and clean is higher. And what I'm going to start... Yeah. We're allowing any, so that will include granite, because I want to get this wall built. Once this wall is built, would-be raiders coming into my base won't be able to get to the power grid very easily. They will have to go probably here, or here, some other tunnel that I've set up. What I should do is put like sandbags. Well, I can always install my uranium turrets. I have 2 uranium turrets, not to forget about. I can always install the uranium turrets out front, and maybe install some sandbags. We'll have to sort of tweak with that a little bit. One thing I ought to work on is a bedroom for our dear additional person coming in. Obviously, this bedroom layout won't work because that will cut the entire path off. So what I'm going to do is just mine out another spot. I don't really see a better alternative, so that's what we'll go with. It's a weird place to drink tea, man. But you do you. Now that we're heading back into winter, let's see. These plants are not too cold. But I am going to have to keep an eye on that because we definitely could make them too cold for sure if I'm not careful. Alright, James is now mining. I think what I'm going to do is install a light so that he mines a little bit faster. And let's pull power up a little bit more north. There. Now it's well illuminated. Tony, you're probably quite cold. True. True story, that. And my comms console just broke down. Woe as me. Another thing I could use to... Another thing I could not use, but do... Well, nice. Boomalopes. With all of my... ship components out here. There's a lot of broken ships here. This one's probably too far to make use of. Wow, a headless clerk. But there's some other ones that are reachable that will have good components. And then, of course, if I mine and path up this tile here, we'll be able to reach this whole area here, which I'm sure has a lot of resources waiting to be exploited by me. James, you're really into that chess, man. Every time I look over, you're like, I need one more move. So our caravan is almost home with Cefalu, the father of Tony, who was once a pirate and is pirate no more. Come on, hurry, hurry, hurry. Can I get the boomlope? Nope. Maybe I hit it. Nope, didn't even hit it once. What is very tempting is to try to lure boomalopes to somewhere that I can... Let's see. Stockpile. Lure rice. Storage critical of... raw resources. No, it would be raw food of vegetarian rice. Let's see if we can't lure some boomers. Is this critical? No, it's probably just I'm not allowed to go here. So I wouldn't mind some meat. I believe this doorway is safe. Let's double check. Yeah, the doorway's safe. Caravan is coming home. Cool, and they're all really, really close, so I'm not going to get a lot of irradiated problems. One of the boomlopes is dead. Nice. Let's go ahead and unrestrict. If you just put a pawn right next to... Oh, nowhere to store it. I've never really needed to butcher anything before, have I? Corpses of animals that are not insects can go in here. Alright, Mr. Cefalu. Mr. Cefalu, you are going to be sleeping in the hospital for now. Because I don't have a proper bed for you yet. But I will, I promise. You're major breaking, huh? Yep, you are. Aggro, could we... And Stormy... Let's get you in position to do some hunting. The lure is working very nicely. I believe that I believe it's illegal to bait things like that, but you know what? I don't care. Go this way. No, go this way. Stormy, stop. Go this way. Here, Aggro, you do it. Stormy, you can go do your own thing. Alright, forbid. And unrestrict and haul. That will be some good leather and food. Wildlife. There are 2 boomlopes left. I really have to wait for them to come to me, but they are lured now. Oh, wow, there's one right here. Stormy, get on that. Maybe not you, Tony. Come on, Mr. Boomalope. I'm gonna shoot Mr. Boomalope. And then we could also go to our crafting bay to shoot it as well. Because the seats of the crafting bay are radiation safe. Who's got Stormy, you have tattered apparel? You do. You have tattered cloth pants. Alright, Mr. Stormy, you are temporarily going to be unrestricted so that you can... Oh, you know what? I really want to shoot this thing off. I need to kill it before we go to it, because... I don't want it exploding on me. It's shooting training, I guess. Man, they are really bad shots. There we go, finally. Who has less irradiation? Stormy is going to be the one that goes for it because Aggro is a miner and he needs to be able to do some mining. Alright, and now there is just one boomalote left, but very far away. Maybe we'll be lured by my rice, I'm not sure. Alright, let's put you on radiation restrictions so that you don't get further irradiated. Cefalu, that goes for you. Let's see, any restrictions that we have for you? You are... I haven't even looked at your bio. Depressive, nimble, greedy. Oh, incapable of violence. Oh, but you're a good constructor. In fact, you are a very good constructor. That will allow me to do some more overworld irradiation construction. Well, we'll have to roll with him. He's also a good planter, so let's go and queue him up. Bed rest, basic, construction at 1, and plant and grow at 1. No cook. No art. And then for crafting or tailoring, Aggro needs to start doing it. So Stormy's back on the cooking. And of course, I do have some corpses to make into fine meals or something. Do I even have a cook that could do that? 4 is my highest, so no, I don't. So yeah, we won't be doing that. Honestly, given that Cefalu is wounded, having him sleep in a hospital is just fine. I'm going to have him flick that light on so he's not in the dark and maybe clean up a little bit. Janes, you should be on no radiation. I'm glad I stopped you. I think he's been building despite the no radiation. Cefalu, once he's fully healed, will be responsible for that wall, I think. So, checking restrictions. We will allow herbal meds across the board. Food restrictions, I don't really care. Zone restrictions, I do care. There. Work restrictions are done. We're working on our beer. We really ought to work on some tea as well, especially now that my batteries aren't so low. So, Aggro. The cooking neurotrainer from this quest is actually going to be pretty helpful because we don't have any good cooks at all, like not even a little bit, so let's go ahead and forbid the rest of the emergency supply food and turn off this turret. So we don't need it. The Boomalope has left. Well, I killed a few, and that will be good meat. I think what I'll do is I'll wait to use that cooking neurotrainer. Until, because your butchery skill or your cooking skill drives the meat yield, so it won't make sense to butcher those animals until I have a better cook. And that neurotrainer will help Aggro become a better cook. Also, grinding out some Psychite tea helps too. Struck compacted machinery, I am very excited about that, and we just dumped out some chem fuel. I don't really have a good chem fuel storage space, The storage here is kind of dangerous. I could put it here, but no, that would be unroofed. Honestly, I could just store chem fuel. Yeah, I'll just store chem fuel here. That would be a lot safer. Just store it in the tunnel. Copy settings, paste settings. Delete this and rename this chem fuel. Also, keeping it here is not that bad of an idea, given that if I have an infestation, I already have chem fuel in the tunnels to use as an accelerant to burn out any would-be bugs. So that's cool and useful. Jane's here, very happy. I hit some compacted machinery. We had one component left. There were components available, like there was 8 here in that ship, and if I went north, there's a lot in this mountain, but I'm glad I don't have to. It's not quite the emergency it was a moment ago, is I guess what I'm trying to say. And I think what I'll do is I will set the bedroom up to be recessed further into the mountain, freeing up some space. So I'm going to mine a little bit deeper here. Trying to maximize the living space of my my little cave fallout shelter hybrid thing. Aggro. Here's a crazy thought. If you haul all of it at once, you don't have to make multiple trips. I know. Just unbelievable, but it's true. With some of the steel, I could go ahead and make a butcher table. So let's go ahead and make a steel butcher table. I'm gonna need some wood to do it, aren't I? Well, once I go to do the Neuro Infinite Chem jacket delivery, I can bring home some wood. So that's what I'll do. Well, guys, I'm just about at the time. So that will be the limit of this episode. The rescue was a little crazy, having to hop around like that. But we got him home safe and sound. Tony is very happy about that. And I guess we will have to find a useful way to use Cefalu. Given that he's a really good constructor, I'm sure he can do a lot of the overall construction projects, maybe get us some geothermal power, something like that. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for all your beautiful tips and tricks and feedback. If you have any questions for me or feedback, just drop me a line. If you'd like to discuss this episode or any of the others, Discord is the place to go. If you're interested in becoming a patron, maybe having a pawn named after you, something like that, being included in these beautiful credit scene, drop me a line or just go to Rhadamant.com. I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching. Adios.